But you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
Hello. So a lot has happened over the past couple of weeks. Namely, the biggest event that took place was the diplomatic conversation that happened between the president of Ukraine and the president of the United States and his vice president, Vance. Essentially, it was nothing short of an absolute debacle and a mess, and the least you could call that is a diplomatic meeting. There's two main things people need to pay attention to when it comes to this entire meeting. One was the attitude of Trump, and two, the attitude of Zelensky. Now, I'll be honest, Zelensky was frustrated. However, he forgot that he is in a weaker position and that he needed the help of the United States, not the other way around. As of December 2024, the United States had already spent over $175 billion in aid to Ukraine, from military equipments to actual money itself and numerous other methods of aiding Ukraine. Now, when you cross-compare that to what Europe has done collectively, the entirety of Europe, it doesn't amount to what the US have done, maybe 160, 155, something like that. And when Zelensky came in to the meeting, he came in with the attitude of, I can negotiate because I have power or I have leverage of some sort. So at least that's what it sounded like in the way he was talking. However, to be fair to him, there's one good point that he made, which is that he doesn't have any guarantees when it comes to, is Russia actually going to follow through with a ceasefire if a ceasefire is going to be signed?
He broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
One of the good points that he made was citing some sources regarding historical patterns for Russia when it came to previous ceasefires. Now, Russia has a track record of breaking all of its ceasefire agreements. That is a valid point to be made. He needs a reassurance from the president, especially if there's going to be an exchange of some sort, because Trump was demanding some mineral deal because he said, we're not getting anything back and we're just giving you free money. You should give us something back, and that he wanted a mineral deal of some sorts. Zelensky, and rightfully so, needed some kind of a guarantee to say that, okay, fine, I'll do it, but guarantee me the safety of my people and the safety of my country.
I want to stop the war,
but you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire
with guarantees.
Because
But he made a grave mistake, and it's that he began to threaten the United States in front of the president, saying that, oh, you guys are safe today because you have nice oceans, but you never know what's going to happen in the future.
Everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem.
Alluding to the idea that Russia is going to invade the US and saying that if I fall, then you guys are next. And that is by far one of the dumbest ideas that occurred to Zelensky in his entire life. Much worse than him pulling up to the Oscars or the Grammys or whatever, whichever one of the two it was, in the Met Gala or whatever. The thing that Zelensky does not realize is that he is not in a position to sit down and equally speak to the country that he is coming to seek help from. If you go to somebody's house and you're asking them for help and you're telling them, hey, listen, I need help with X, Y, and Z, you're the one who's in need, not the other person you're asking help for. So how are you sitting down and negotiating and asking for things and demanding things, especially when the president is telling you, I need X, Y, and Z from you? All you have to do is just be like, okay, fine, I'll give you these things. Just give me what I need, and we can talk it through some other time, or just try to figure out a way to at least appease the party that you need help from.
Right now, not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
Playing cards.
But right now, you don't.
You're
playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
But you don't sit down in front of the country that gave you the most aid out of the entire world and then demand things as if you're in a position of equality. to them. That's just not how it works. JD Vance, I think, even lost it at some point when he began to tell him, have you ever been grateful? Have you ever said thank you?
Went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
You can see the look on his diplomat's face, the U.S. diplomat that he had with him. Some even say that Zelensky called JD Vance the B word, just whispered the B word to himself in Ukrainian. I don't know how true that is. I don't speak that language, but that's some of the things people are even pushing around. That his attitude was very clear. He was not sitting down and speaking from a position of I need help. He was speaking from a position of I need you just as much as you need me, which is unequivocally false. That's just not true. The US is not in need of Ukraine's help. That's just facts. Overall, I do see the argument for both sides. Some are saying Trump just embarrassed the US, his diplomatic relationships are terrible, and all that kind of stuff. However, what they fail to see is that Zelensky made sure that that whole thing escalates very, very, very badly, especially when he himself also does not realize that he is in no position to demand things. When you're asking for help, you don't demand things, you request it. And that is the mistake that Zelensky made. And that reaction was warranted. He should have known what the kind of person that Trump is. But I don't know, maybe I missed something, maybe I'm not analyzing the whole thing correctly. You guys let me know what you think about this in a comment down below.